coming to Ireland from USA for 5 years to work in Sligo. He will buy a car and replace it whenever it is optimal to do so. When his 5 years are up, he will sell whatever car he has and return home to the USA. Grant. The cost of the model he wants is the following. The resale value of a second-hand car is as follows. So I'm just going to grab this here. I'm going to need this. You're going to need this one here, okay, for later. And I'll just make it smaller. I'm going to drag that down with me as I go on. And then the maintenance car costs for the first 5 years. So if he keeps the car in year one, it costs him 600. Year two, it's are we assuming it's an extra 1,000? So 1,600 in total. Does that make sense? Is that the way we're going to do it? Yeah, is that the way it is? It's per year. It's not a cumulative. So each one is considered. It costs you 600 euro in year one, and then 1,000 euro in year two, and that's how you do those ones. All right. Now, if Colin keeps the car for 5 years, what will his cost be? Now let's just talk about 5 years. What would 5 years of maintenance be? If you add all them up, if somebody's quick on the calculator, it will speed me along. Was it 6,400? Yeah, and his car is only worth how much now? 5,000, isn't it? Would that make sense? So 30,000 is how much the car cost him. He can resell it for 5,000, which means how much money did he lose? He lost 25,000, and then he spent 6,400 on repairs, which gets you what? 31,400. Does that make sense? And that is your cost, 31,400. Generally speaking, yeah. So that's not great. All right. So now we're going to do the dynamic programming to find out which way is the cheapest. Now, the good news for me is that I don't really need this full question anymore. I just need those two tables. So I'm going to get rid of the question, like so. And then I'm just going to drag these tables as I need them. All right, let's go for it, all right? So let's start off with we do nothing. Year 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. We did nothing, did we? Nothing happened. Right. Now, year 1. What are we saying about year 1? There's 1 year left, yeah? 1 year left before the 5 years is over, yeah? You're going to keep it for 1 year. That must mean that if you're at this stage here, what does that mean? You sold it at the end of year 4. Does that make sense? Because you only have 1 year left. This is technically years left. Okay? Yeah, then there's one to the left. It's like you don't need both columns, to be honest. And then 30,000, and you're going to sell when there's no time left. You're going to sell right at the end of 5 years. Maintenance, 600 quid. You only keep it for 1 year. A resell of 25,000 because you only kept it for 1 year. How do I do this, guys? Cost take away resell, isn't it? Cost minus resell plus what? Plus maintenance. No. And what do we get? 5,600. Is that okay? Now, next one. 2 years left on your contract. You have a choice. You can keep it for 2. And so you can keep for 2 and sell right at the end. Or you can keep it for 1 and sell it when there's 1 year remaining. Or you can keep it for, oh, wait a minute, that's 3. That's your 2 options. 2 and 0, 1 and 1. Why doesn't 0, 2 make sense? Why is there no 0, 2 there? 0, 2 means you don't keep it at all. You literally get it and give it back. You don't actually keep it at all. So there is no 0, 2. 0, 2 would simply not make sense. All right. So you bought it for 30 grand. You kept it for 2 years, which is €1,000. Oh, sorry. A cumulative. Add them both together. 1,600. You resell it for how much? 22,000. And I think I'll bring these guys down with me. Although I don't want them to cover the top. Okay, what then? So 8,000, you lost 8,000, and then plus your 1,600, 9,600. Okay, done. Next one is 3,000, 30,000. Maintenance cost for 1 year, is it? €600. You sold it after a year, which is 25,000. And then you get 5,600. Sorry, whoa, I'm wrong. Why? So when I do this part here, it's 5,600. But you got to remember that if you sell it with a year left, keep for one, sell when you're selling when there's a year left. See this one here? That means there's 1 year left, which means you have to read off this list here, which is the extra 5,600. Combine both 5,600 together and you get, anybody? 11,200. Okay, that's your 11,200. Okay, next one. 3 years, okay? We'll go for keep for 3, sell at the very end. You bought it for 3,000. How much does it cost for 3 years of maintenance? 3 years of maintenance? 1,600 plus 1,300? 2,900. Resell is 17,500 because it's 3 years old. Now, this will cost us 5,000, 15,400. Now, where are they getting that from? Can anybody tell me? The 30,000 take away there, and then add the 2,900. Okay, perfect. Next one. 2 and 1. 2 and 1. That means 1 year remaining, doesn't it? Which means we're going to use that 5,600 in a minute. You bought it for 30 grand. You had 2 years of maintenance, which is 1,600. You sold it after 2 years, which is 22,000. Now, 30,000 take away 22,000 is 8,000. 8,000 plus the 1,600 is 9,600. Plus the 5,600, and what do we get? 15,200. Now, the next one we're doing is 1, 2. 3,000, 30,000 euro. 2 years worth of, 1 year's worth of maintenance, which is 600. Sell after 1 year is 25,000. Now, which line do I have to go to this time? Huh? I have to go to the 2 years remaining. Which one should I choose? Choose the 9,000. Yeah, we're going to use the 9,600 for the 2 and the 5,600 for the 1. And what do we have here then? 30,000 take away 25,000 is 5,000. 5,000 plus 600 is 5,600. Plus the 9,600 and get you the same, which is 15,200. Now, I feel like an accountant teacher. 4. What's the combos for 4? 4, 0, 3, 1, 2, 2, and 2, and 1, 3. Is there a 0, 4? No. They're all worth 30 grand, aren't they? Now, what happens if you keep it for 4 years? How much maintenance are we talking about here? 4,400. Because we have to add up these 4 years combined to get us the 4,400. Okay. Then if we sell it after 4 years, it's worth 12,500. Okay. Now, just do the usual. 30,000 to take away 12,500 plus 4,400, and you get a total of 21,900. Done. Next one. Keep it for 3 years. Keep for 3 years and leave 1 year remaining. Now, what's the cheapest 1 year remaining. Everybody see up here? That's going to be worth 5,600. Now, 3 years worth of maintenance is 2,900. Sell the car after 3 years, you get 17,500. So you're going to do 5,600 plus 30 grand plus 2,900, take away 17,500. And you get an answer of 21. Is that right? Yeah, it is. Yeah. 21,000. Cool. What about the next one, guys? 2-2. What's that then? 2 years of maintenance. Sell a 2-year-old car. However, I need to find the cheapest two. Which one's the cheapest two? Anybody? The cheapest two is 9,600. So that represents 9,600 plus the 30,000 plus the 1,600. Take away the 22,000 and you get 19,200. The next thing we're after is the cheapest tree. Which one's the cheapest tree? Well, there's two of them, isn't there? Both 15,200. So this 15,200 plus 30,000. If you keep it for 1 year, what does that mean? You only have €600 worth of maintenance. It's resold at 25,000. So you're going to add these together and take away the resale value, and you're going to get 20,800. Is that all right? There is no 04, so we're on to 5 now. Do you know what's weird? See those two columns? Years left and years left. They're the same thing, aren't they? Actually, they're not. Actually, no, they are. Yeah. Did I even wrote about this? Yeah, they are the same. I could see why you might want to get rid of one of them. That makes sense. Now, here we go. Keep it for all 5 years. We did this already, didn't we? It was the answer to question 1. We already did that. Now we're going to go for 4 and 1. Keep for 4 years. You have 4 years worth of maintenance, which is 4,400. You resell it for 12,500, and you have a. So what are we doing there? We need the cheapest one. What's the cheapest value for 1 year left? 5,600 plus your 30,000 plus your 4,400. Take away your 1,250. You get 27,500. What about the next one, guys? For 3-2. We kept it for 3 years, which is 3 years worth of maintenance, which is 2,900. You sell the car for 3 years and it's worth 17,500. Now we have 2 years left, so we need to look for the cheapest 2 years possible. What are they? 9,600. Add it to the 30,000. Add it to 2,900. Take away the 1,750, and we get an answer of 25,000. Last one. We're on the surprise, right? Kept it for 2 years, left 3 years remaining. 30,000. 2 years of maintenance is €1,600. Sell after 2 years, it's worth 22,000. However, we still have 3 years left, and our cheapest 3 years is 15,200. So you do your 15,200 plus your 30,000 plus the 1,600, take away the 22,000, and you get 24,800. Finally, what's the last one on my list? Anybody? It's a 1-4, isn't it? Keep it for 1 year, €600 maintenance. You resell at 25,000. However, what's the cheapest 4 year you can keep it for? If you're going to keep it for 4 years, which one's the cheapest? 19,200 is the cheapest 4 year one. 19,200 plus 3,000 plus 600, take away 25,000, and you get an answer of 24,800. So what are the two cheapest methods? Keep for 2 and then keep for 3. Oh, sorry. No. Keep for 2. So keep for 2, then go up to the cheapest 3, isn't it? And what's the cheapest 3? The cheapest tree is a 2-1 combo, isn't it? Keep 2 and then keep for 1. So you keep for 2 twice. Keep for 2, keep for 2, and then keep for 1. You can do 2-2-1 or you can do 2-1-2. You can do either combo, can't you? Can you also do 1-2-2? Oh, 1-4. We can also do 1-4. See the combination 1-4, which is actually 1-2-2. Any combination of 2-1-2 will get you the answer.